Time now for the Morning Rush News. This morning, Albuquerque animal welfare officers are trying to figure out what to do with two rescue dogs in protective custody. JoJo and Fido's owners, Austin White and Craig Anthony, were stopped in Albuquerque. Now, an APD officer says that he saw White punching one of the dogs. The two were arrested. Albuquerque Animal Welfare is now working with a shelter in Arizona to find the dogs a new home. Chris.
David, we have some changes in that forecast heading into the weekend into early next week. Going to see some moisture work its way up into the state, including southern Colorado. That's going to increase the rain chances and drop those high temperatures. Crystal.
The state fair is back. Today you'll find everything from a 7-story slide to a lineup of performers. New attractions this year include a photo booth with animals from the Amazon, cider and wine festivals, and even a watch party for New Mexico United on Sunday. Events kick off this morning at 9. The fair will run through Sunday the 15th. A lawsuit against Walmart claims the big box store failed to protect customers during the mass shooting in El Paso. Jessica and Guillermo Garcia say they were holding a fundraiser for their daughter's soccer team outside when the shooting began. Both were shot. The family now suing Walmart because of a lack of security guards.
A New Mexico sheriff says that he will not enforce red flag gun legislation if passed. The legislation would let law enforcement obtain a court order to remove guns from people considered dangerous. San Juan County Sheriff Shane Ferrari sent an email to the governor on behalf of the New Mexico Sheriff's Association. Ferrari says that he believes current laws already address the situation. Chris.
David, let's get a look at that Metro Threat Index today. It is low at a 1 now. We are going to deal with warm temperatures above average, but it's not going to be extremely hot and it's going to be dry out there. If you're going to go out to the state fair, just make sure you are staying hydrated and apply that sunscreen. David.
Community members there are now trying to revitalize the Barelas neighborhood downtown. Updates are planned for the 4th and Cole Gateway, the Stover Avenue Church Plaza, and the Roop Alley intervention. A $7,000 grant is even making the Red Ball Cafe more appealing.
Scam alert. The Water Authority says a fake charity is offering to pay your utility bill in exchange for a donation on Facebook. They say the scammers make the utility bill payment look legitimate by providing proof the bill went through, but they actually don't do anything. They'll keep that donation, though.
The Albuquerque Regional Sports Complex is now named after the late Jennifer Reardon. City councilors passed a resolution last night to rename the complex the Jennifer Reardon Spark Kindness Sports Complex. It's honoring Reardon's compassionate spirit. Reardon was killed in a freak accident on a Southwest Airlines flight last year. This
morning, an Albuquerque family warning others about a rise in bobcats in their neighborhood. The Delgado family lives in North Albuquerque Acres. The family's teen son took video of bobcats strolling through their backyard this week during breakfast. Delgado says her neighbors have seen a high number of bobcats, too.
Contractor is now hoping to set up more paid Wi-Fi hotspots at state parks across the state. The New Mexican reports that Viasat Incorporated out of California has installed paid Wi-Fi service at 17 of the 34 state parks in New Mexico. It's a service not paid for by the state. The rates range from $3 per hour up to $50 for up to 30 days. Chris.
David, let's get a look at that morning drive, see how everything is moving along. Everything appears to be moving along pretty nicely along I-25 as well as I-40. There are no major accidents or slowdowns being reported at this time. As you drive through those school zones, make sure you exercise a little bit of extra caution. That's going to do it for traffic. Crystal, back to you.
Two Rio Rancho girls back home this morning after competing in an international robot competition in China. Garnett Woldrup and Abigail Catazaro spent 4 weeks building and testing what they call Larry or Lego robot. Larry's made up of Legos, but got a lot of attention for his innovative metal shell. The 8th graders placed 11th out of 27 teams. Most were boys.
Very cool. They're going to be going far. Stay with us. The 5 facts are coming up in 90 seconds.
Welcome back. Time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, the Barelas neighborhood could soon have a brand new look. It's all thanks to a revitalization project. The proposed Barelas Main Street updates by the Barelas Community Coalition includes the 4th and Cole Gateway, the Stover Avenue Church Plaza, and the Roop Alley intervention. A $7,000 grant is now even making the Red Ball Cafe more appealing. Councilor Isaac Benton has also been working with Barelas many of the ideas. He says they recently restriped 4th Street and just got funding for sidewalk extensions, helping pedestrians and slowing down traffic.
Number 4 now, Albuquerque animal welfare officers are trying to figure out what to do with 2 rescue dogs in protective custody this morning. Their owners were arrested, accused of abusing them. Now officers are working with an Arizona shelter where they were adopted to see if they can be returned. Jojo and Fido were adopted last month in Phoenix, Arizona. Their owners, these two men, Austin White and Craig Anthony, both from Kentucky, were stopped in Albuquerque. That's when an APD officer says he saw the men in a parking lot. He says he saw White punching one of the dogs. That's when he stepped in and arrested both of the men. White and Anthony have warrants for their arrest this morning after missing their court date on Monday. If you want more details about this case, go to our website. That's always on KRQE.com.
Coming in at number 3, storm chances increasing over the increasing over the weekend as moisture increases. That's going to help drop those high temperatures.
Number 2 now, BCSO and APD now the target of a lawsuit of a deadly stolen car chase, killing 3 people. The attorney here says in August of 2017, Tatiana Platt and Tessie Parker were in the backseat of a stolen car driven by Dominic Moya. Parker, Moya, and another passenger all died when the car crashed at Tramway in Central. Platt was seriously injured. The lawsuit claims BCSO deputies and APD officers chased that stolen car for miles without regard that other people were inside the vehicle. Both APD and BCSO did not comment on the lawsuit just yet.
And at number 1, the fun kicks off this morning at Expo, New Mexico for the 2019 State Fair. Along with being the first day, it's also Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. Now this year, you can navigate the fair's events and food with a brand new app for your smartphone. Coming up, we're also going to be giving you a preview of what you can expect throughout the fair, including details coming up in headlines on Fox New Mexico. And of course, we have everything you need to know about this year's fair. You can find that at alwaysonkrqe.com.